welcome back as always. We're back again.
Hi.
We're going to be finally watching Back to the Future 3.
Oh, wow, 3.
We loved the first two so much. And again, we get so many requests that we try to keep up. And then sometimes I've been noticing that it's usually the third movie of any installment we tend to not see for a while. There's a lot of them, but there are a few that we have seen already. How to Train Your Dragon 3. So anyways, we love Back to the Future, and so we're like, we're going to watch a third one. We always have it on our polls on Patreon, but it almost wins sometimes, and it's a higher vote, but it never wins. So I'm like, we're just going to push through it and just watch it.
That's great. I'm glad.
That's good. Yeah.
And I gave Mom and Kim a small option on a list of videos on what we could watch today, and we decided on Back to the Future 3.
That's right.
Again, you guys have not seen this one.
Nope.
I haven't either.
I didn't even know there was a 3 until you told me
either.
on the second one. You said there's a third one.
Yeah, and I think in the second one too, we did see a trailer or something. Remember when we were watching at the end? They had like a quick clip or something of cowboys
your
and
kid,
stuff.
something about your kid, or
that's right. Yeah.
Was it?
No, not that was the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was
the
the first one at the end.
That was the second one. So
Yeah. Oh god, all these
Doc
time
went
jumps.
back.
Like, what is it?
Doc went back. And he went to get bananas or something.
That was in the second one too.
Oh, darn it. See, I'm oblivious, guys.
That's okay. I think it'll come back when we watch maybe. But
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so it shows that they don't know. And I might have seen parts of this one because I don't want to say what I remember until the end of this too. But I know I said that the last couple movies that I never sat and watched these movies before. Like they were always on TV, so I knew of things that happened in them. But other than that, like I really never sat to see the story. So it was kind of fun. It was a lot of fun actually to like watch it with you guys and really understand the story and the characters. And the third one I am really looking forward to. It looks like it's out in the West somewhere, so cowboys. One thing that I really do enjoy about these movies is that how they keep bringing the same characters into play. You know, they're like different roles, but like how Biff is the same actor. You know, like as his grandson or whatever, and then it's just funny. Yeah, I love that. How it's like the same cycle, but it's entertaining. And we saw Biff in the trailer too, that he was like cowboy too.
Oh my goodness.
So he's probably like an ancestor of some kind. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
They all look
and they're
the
probably
same.
all in the same town.
Yeah.
I know, right? Probably.
They all never left.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready.
My calculations are correct. You will receive this letter immediately after you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning. First, let me assure you that I am alive and well.
Oh my God.
Right to it.
Oh my God. So cute. Oh my goodness.
Adorable.
Is he whimpering? What's wrong? Oh, look how smart he is. You can read.
Oh my God. Look at him.
He died in 1885, that year. So the 7th, because that was the first, right? The letter?
Yes.
Buford Tannen was
It's Biff.
Yep, it's Biff.
Yeah.
Biff's relation.
Earned him the nickname Mad Dog.
Have you ever seen a Western?
Yeah, I have, Doc.
Oh my God.
Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this.
Oh my God. The fringe.
Very colorful. I doubt they had colors like that.
You haven't heard of him yet.
Whoa.
Good. Oh my God, I see that picture. You lied to me. They don't even like stop. They're like, oh, it's normal.
How the heck?
The dust.
Perfect.
Wow.
Oh.
He's lucky.
Oh no, something leaking.
Oh, it sounds like something's leaking.
Now it's fuel.
No. It's always something.
The fuel line.
Whoa. So different.
The big town.
More manure. That might come in handy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dumping on Biff's carriage.
Yeah.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Oh boy.
Fly.
Thought I done told you never to come in.
You're Mad Dog Tannen.
Once
Mad Dog didn't sound good, yeah.
Mad Dog.
Oh my God. Hey, he's moonwalking.
Moonwalk.
That's great.
Okay.
He's good at it. Woo!
Thanks, Michael.
Oh!
Right in your head.
Oh.
Poor
My God.
Marty.
Oh,
Just like that. What the heck? Is that the blacksmith? Is that
I hope it's Doc. I
Is
hope
that
so.
Doc?
Oh, he has a
Yeah,
fancy
that's
guy.
him, yeah.
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 Ooh, good shot.
Whoa.
What idiot dressed you in that outfit?
I wonder.
You did.
Shot in the back! Great Scott!
Here's Clara.
Oh, there's that
That's
lady he
Clara.
was supposed to pick up.
Great Scott.
Yeah.
Ooh, just in time.
Whoa.
Oh, just in time.
Oh, hey.
Oh my God. Hi, Clara.
Good luck.
He's in a trance right now.
Yeah, he
I've never
is.
seen his hair so still.
We have to get going.
Oh, he's so
my
cute.
gosh, yeah.
Even Marty said he's
Oh, my
he might
God.
fall in love
Toodaloo.
instantly.
Toodaloo.
I apologize for the crudity of this model, but
Yeah,
I just...
no, Doc, it's not the scale. Okay.
So
He's heard
detailed.
that before.
Sonny,
Oh, there she
Oh.
Look at her looking for him.
is. Yeah.
Aw. It's adorable.
Yep.
She's trying to control herself.
Bullies.
there he is, Buford.
There he is, Buford.
Look at what we have here.
Ew.
Ain't you gonna introduce me to the lady? I'd like a dance. While I get acquainted with
Ew.
Ew.
Oh,
God, he's always so gross. He's so
he
good
is.
at that.
Oh,
Ugh.
he is.
Scummy.
God damn you.
Frisbee.
Frisbee. Whoa. God.
What's wrong, dude? You yellow?
Uh-oh, chicken.
Oh.
That's what got him heated up last time.
Yeah.
Messed things
Right.
Okay.
Yellow belly.
Oh.
Yellow belly.
Say chicken and he'll explode.
Shoot you down like a duck.
Shoot him down like a dog.
He's such a
Make like a tree and get out of here.
Oh my God.
You've read Jules Verne.
I'm in love.
George, I never ever met a man like you before.
Oh.
Oh,
Shooting star.
Just,
Woohoo. His wish came true.
I've at least got to tell her goodbye.
Take her with you because she was supposed to die anyways.
I don't know, maybe we can just take Clara with us.
Oh God, I swear to God, I keep quoting stuff. I swear to God, I haven't seen it.
Wherever you're going, take me with you.
Oh.
I'm from the future.
I did.
Oh, I've heard some whoppers in my day, but
Whoppers.
you'd expect me to entertain a notion like that is...
Let me show
It's
you.
okay. Just let her go.
That's a horrible way to end it, huh?
Whiskey, Chester. Leave the bottle.
Leaves it bottom.
Yep.
We don't need horses.
Oh no.
He's still there the
Oh,
next
he
morning.
didn't drink it yet. Or just a little bit.
How much has he had?
None. That's the first one. He hadn't touched it.
I was so joking.
He
yeah.
just likes to hold it.
He likes to hold.
Here's to you, blacksmith.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Helmet, no.
Don't drink it. Don't. Doing. Oh no.
Just one drink?
Oh my
What?
God.
Let's make some wake-up juice.
Makeup juice.
Oh,
Tabasco.
Tabasco sauce.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna wake him
Oh,
up.
gross.
In about 10 minutes.
Whoa.
Pour it and stand back at the same time.
Ew.
Yeah, the guy's gonna swallow it.
Oh my
It's
God.
just gonna come out of his
Choked
mouth.
Let's settle this once and for all, Run.
God, does he ever calm down?
No.
You got the guts.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Oh, just like
my
that.
God, just like that.
Well, just like with the drinking.
Wow, like a rocket.
Whoa. I guess you would
Listen, you
have.
got a back door to this place?
Love his mouth.
Oh my God.
Look at us glistening. What the heck? Oh, it's the cast iron plate.
Thank God he only did one shot. Ooh, nope.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Good.
Timber.
Ah, it's coming nasty.
You got anything to say?
Oh, gross. Oh, so sick.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually says time machine.
That's right.
That's in case if you didn't get it, Marty.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
There she is. Last second. It's gonna go quick.
Ooh, she got it.
Good grip.
Glowing purple.
Keep that grip. Holy crap. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god, and she's there.
I don't think he can hear you. Don't stop it.
Oh, God, with her dress.
Hopefully those gloves help.
Look at the dress. Whoa.
Damn dresses back then.
Whoa, how the heck? Whoa.
Oh no, she fall.
no.
Oh no,
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh God.
give him the hover.
Hoverboard. Hoverboard, yeah.
no.
He can't hear you.
Don't miss it.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo! Just keep your balance.
Grab the girl and get in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look
She's
at
like not even worried about
attention, pay
floating.
attention.
We're flying right now.
Oh.
Woohoo!
Success.
Science. Try to drive it off, even though you're gonna damage the rims.
Oh my
yes,
God.
it's gonna get destroyed. That's what he wanted. That's sad.
Whoa.
Oh, it's still sad.
Yeah.
Marty, who are you supposed to be? Clint Eastwood?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Funny you say that.
He was.
Between those two brainiacs, did they come up with a plan to come
He's like, where is it?
back to the future?
He's back.
They did.
Oh, there
he is.
He's back. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite the invention.
Oh my God.
These are our boys.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Oh.
Jules.
Jules Verne.
Ah, the same one. That's good.
Oh,
Good
that's
condition.
It's great, Doc. Thanks.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Oh,
Wow,
outer
wait.
space.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Rocket.
That takes a lot of power too. That's a heavy train.
Whoa. God, that was good.
Oh, the
And
end.
very well. Oh, God.
That was a good ending.
Yay.
That was
Good,
so
yeah.
exciting.
Oh, that was good. Oh, my God.
Music's always wonderful. I love it.
Oh, my God.
This was so exciting.
Yeah.
The last 15
Oh,
minutes
my
was
word.
just insane.
It
Edge
was
of
so
our
much-
seats,
Oh, my
freaking
God,
out.
that's
This was fun though, because even though it was so exciting, it wasn't anxiety exciting.
Yeah.
I know we get anxiety a lot during
Yeah,
movies
that's
where it's
legit.
you're waiting to
This
the
was
last
fun,
possible
yeah.
moment for things to actually succeed. But this one was just more like we were laughing more. I felt like I was laughing.
I
because
was
thought
laughing
it would
more.
be
I was like,
okay.
come on, guys.
Come on,
It's almost
come
to the red.
Yeah.
Red log to be fired up. And
Oh, boy.
oh, my
That was
goodness.
good.
Very good movie.
Very good.
As Clara was hanging on for dear life.
Oh,
And
my God.
Oh, I know.
Hanging by a
And it
thread.
accelerated
That's
so
right,
quickly, of
right.
course, because he said there's going to be a quick boost of acceleration every time the
Yeah.
needle hits a certain color. And then right away, I'm like, oh my god! And it really did
Yeah.
accelerate a
Oh my
lot.
God,
There she's
yeah.
holding on.
Oh
I'm
my
like, oh my
God.
god! So that was great that they added that too. Like it was
Oh my
going that
God.
fast, you know. But I love it because this movie is innocent enough. You have some violence and stuff, but things are going to be okay for the most part. But I was thinking too, it's the end of the trilogy, so I'm like, you never know, someone could actually die. But I kind of had a feeling that, I don't know, I kind of hoped that they would all survive at the end. It's like a feel-good
that's good.
movie. So, and I love Biff's character, Biff coming back as
my God,
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
He is so good at being a
and
creepy
landing in the
bully.
manure.
Oh, God, that was
good.
great. That was very
And how weird he gets with the ladies,
Oh,
he's all
God, he's so
open mouthed
that
and
was
slobbery.
cool.
And, I was laughing because I'm like, that's so nasty, but that's just he's so good at that role and that character.
Oh, my God.
Abusive.
But I love how things come back because I'm sure if it was ever like this in other movies, where things are so repetitive, it'd be like, oh, come on. But they do this in such a fun way.
Very
They
good.
do.
It's never old, you
My
know?
gosh.
Right.
That's
Marty
good.
and Doc's characters together
That
are
is
just
good.
so.
I love them
inseparable.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great together.
Doc found love.
He
You know, like,
did.
yeah, with Clara.
did.
And 2 sons.
And he didn't think he was going to. He's
Yeah.
like, there's no way.
I love how they tied that all together. That was sweet that he found love, and I was kind of hoping that he would end up taking her with him and Marty in the car. But I'm like, how are all three going to fit in there? Because I don't think there's enough room anyways, with all the stuff that he has inside the
You'd have to
car.
at least take off a couple layers of that dress.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. I was afraid that was going to get caught in the gears and
Back
stuff,
in
and
the
then her hair was
wheels.
going to get caught in the
Yeah.
wheels. And I'm like, well, she was supposed to die anyways before Doc saved her, so
Right.
maybe she is just, that's the end of her. And I felt like that would be so sad to end this
right,
trilogy. Doc finally found love, and I thought it was very important for him to actually just, be happy at the end. And so I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe he will stay with her. And then at the end, he didn't go into the car. So I like how they did that,
I
It was
am too,
straightforward.
because that was
Yeah.
realistic. I mean, there was no way at that point,
Yeah.
at 60 plus miles, 70 miles an hour, they still
Oh
weren't
my
even
God.
near the car.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to get in there?
I love how it
that's
comes
it.
down to science, like facts. Like, okay,
Oh
well,
my
at this
God.
point, there's no return. Like, we have to make this work. It's like do or die kind of thing, and,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
travel or bust,
Yeah.
or whatever he said. Future or bust. But I love that. It's like basic, but it's like complicated. Where it's like, oh yeah, we're talking science, but it's easy enough to follow, and then we just get really excited, and
That's right.
Oh
At the
my
windmill, there's no point
because we
of
kind of knew at that
return.
point, because the visual, and then like him talking about it, and I love how his little diagram, or his like not to scale diagram, that's not that great, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
He like labels everything perfectly,
Okay,
and how
it's
his
really
little
good.
car
Yeah.
like toy said time machine on it, like just in case you didn't know.
That's
So I like
right.
how they just lay things out for you. It's a feel good movie. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed
Really
this a
good,
lot.
really
It was
Very
great.
good.
It was
Yes.
great. The
I love
characters
the
in the
romance.
bar, that was
Oh,
the
that was
saloon,
good.
that was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
That was
my
great.
God.
I love how everyone's in each other's business all the time.
Oh,
But that's just
yeah.
how it was back then too. Like
Yeah.
people were always were like they knew everyone,
Oh,
they knew
sure.
your business, and it's just such a different world now. Like
Yeah.
people are just so removed, and it's like about your
Right.
phone.
Even our own town. I mean, you've been here like so many years,
Yeah,
you
that's
less
right.
and less people, and it's
Yeah, I mean, when you go to a
Yes,
bar, sometimes you can absolutely talk to people when you're
Oh,
right at the
yeah.
bar, but
Yeah.
it's not as friendly, I don't think, because, I meet some people, like, now and again, when I used to go out with my friends and stuff to bars, and you meet some interesting people, but here, it's, like, all the time, no matter what,
Oh,
you're always
yeah.
involved with people.
It's like,
They're always, like,
cheers.
nosy, and, it was so much fun, and I like it filmed in the West, like, I thought it was fun having, like, that Western feel to
That
it,
was
you
a
know?
lot of
That
fun. It was
was fun.
hilarious
Oh my
how
gosh.
Doc dressed up Marty in the beginning.
Oh, I
that
know. And he
was
goes, who
funny.
dressed you
Yeah.
like this? The actual 85 one. And he's like, you did. Your 55 version did.
Good thing he had his Nikes, man. He had to do a lot of running.
Oh, he sure did.
That was
yeah.
funny. And he goes,
That's
what is
right.
that? Some kind of engine name or whatever he said. Yeah, he kept them all the time. And luckily he had the boots too because he fed them to the bear. The bear wanted leather. I just love all these scenarios. Like, worst case scenario, this is it, and him
my
going
gosh,
through
yeah.
the billboard to get to 1885.
Yeah.
And the actual, like, billboard became, like, actual real Indians and
Oh my
cavalry
gosh,
coming
that's right.
through, which is funny.
And then the fuel line leaked. And
That's
Marty
right.
didn't even think of that. Didn't even worry about the gas.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
stuff- I
But
think-
it's that age, He's
It's
a
like, yeah, that's what I
teenager.
was thinking
Yeah.
too, because like some things you would think through, but again, like in this, Doc is a scientist and
That's
he
right.
thinks about that stuff. Of course, he
Marty
built it,
didn't.
but Marty, he's just being a kid
Oh,
in
I'll just
that
pick up
era
some
where he's
gas.
like,
That's
oh, it's
right.
fine, we'll pick up some gas,
Yeah.
and be like, no, for all us viewers
Oh
who are
my
like, oh
gosh.
yeah, that's right, makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it with the
Yeah.
time differences too, because it's fun, like thinking about how Doc would build something, building that huge
yeah.
contraption to make one dirty ice cube, and it took all
That
that
was
long
funny.
to
That
do
was
it.
funny, yeah.
So it's kind of fun to see what we take for granted, and I know that's exaggerating. Like who
Yeah.
knows?
Sure
what
it
kind
is,
of
but
machine
you
would
know
make
what?
back then to
Yeah.
make ice,
It's
but
gotta start somewhere, and it did, to a certain extent, start very basic and
yeah, a complicated,
God.
basic, huge.
exactly. Well, look at the computers back then. Back in the 1980s, even
Yeah.
70s. I mean, they were just so huge. So now they're like,
Yeah.
okay.
I know, and like itty bitty little phones, even small, even like little memory cards.
Yeah,
It's like it's
exactly.
crazy how you can keep so much information on that. So, what movie did you like the best? 1, 2, or 3?
I like the third one
Yeah.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it ended so well.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
really
first
good.
one. First one was.
First, yes.
It's usually the
That
first
was
one that's
good.
always the
Third,
best.
yeah, the third
Yeah.
one too was great.
Yeah.
They
First
were
one's
great.
usually the best. I gotta say, I really think the
Oh,
third
yeah,
one's
yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
did
first
too.
one's always good because it
Yeah.
establishes what's going on, and I love the idea. It was new, fresh, But with the third one, I feel wholesome. I feel complete now, Like it
Yeah,
was
I
really good
Oh,
how they tied
definitely.
everything together.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like a sequel. Or like a trequel,
Yeah.
whatever you call it, because I know it kind of like had the same concept, but different era, different
And you kind of
outfits,
knew what was going to
different feel a
happen.
little
Like,
bit.
oh, I wonder if he's gonna.
I was okay. So again, I have never sat down and watched this movie. It was always on TV for many, many, many years. Like when did this come out? You know, I was so impressed that I was quoting things before it would happen, and I'm like, holy crap! It's like I've seen it. Like I was shocked.
But a lot of things happen like the first
they
one.
kind of lay it out for you.
And
I like to predict things sometimes, well, a lot, and I just start spewing things, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. But I was just cracking up because I was like, holy crap, I'm getting everything. So the only thing I do remember, I thought I would actually remember a lot from this, but apparently I didn't see it because there was a whole lot I didn't realize happened. I knew there was some train involved, and I remember just a train on tracks and music, but I don't remember the characters doing anything. And then we saw the trailer too when we saw the last movie because it was at the end of the movie.
It's funny how the saloon was in place of the diner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Versus
that, you know,
and then immediately how they meet up, like Biff and Marty, you know, he's like, hey, McFly! And then he always thinks it's him, and then that time it was Biff's mistake because he turned around and he's like, oh wait, no, you're not him, but he had the hat, you know? And then the last time, he's like, McFly, and it was like his dad, and then it was his son.
That's right,
You know, first movie, second movie.
I liked it when Marty was moonwalking.
That was fun. I love how he brought that in. They were like, oh my god, what is that?
And
It's
Mad
so
Dog
different.
was firing at his feet.
Yeah, I like Mad Dog. I thought he was such a great character. He was so disgusting and just such a funny friend. Yeah. And how he couldn't like remember anything, and his friends kept him sick, telling him 7. I know, and they were always there for him, and I know they were probably scared of him too because he was so mean to them all the time. You don't know if you're gonna die or not, but yeah, that was great. The only weird thing, but it worked out okay. The only weird thing for me was in the beginning, or right when Marty went to 1885.
Oh yeah.
And he met his relatives, and one looked just like him, which I thought was so funny. It was Michael J. Fox again.
Yes.
I love how they do that. And so he met his relative, and then he was married to a relative that looked like his mom, but it was his wife. So, but it worked out okay. But I was kind of weirded out in the beginning because that whole dynamic with the first movie, and I'm like, all right, well, it looks like his mom and it looks like him together, but I know they're different people, and I kept telling myself that in the beginning, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to ruin it. But I'm sure you guys were thinking it too, and I'm like, but
she
they
was
didn't focus on that.
very, you know, she was very formal and prudish.
That's
she
right,
wasn't
yes.
like, oh, and then when he got up,
Yes.
he looked under to see if he had pants on.
I love that. I know how they kept bringing stuff back from the other movies.
Yeah,
that was
that's
perfect,
right.
you know? But I'm happy they didn't like show anything romantic with them. Like you knew they were married and they were happily married and had a baby, but they weren't like kissing and stuff like that. And although that's fine too, but just because of the fact that they're the same actors who played, you know, mother and son, I was kind of like, that would be weird.
It was good. It was Doc's time.
Marty's great grandfather.
Yes.
The baby.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun to think that way? I think that's so fun.
And he peed on him.
Yeah, and he peed on him. He's like, oh, you christened
him.
so much. How weird is that? But it is fun thinking of the whole future thing again. And I know everyone can debate that because, you know, we're not there yet. And when we get there, who knows what can actually happen. But I think for a straightforward plot, like, I think it's fun on their concept on how time works.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, you don't want to know certain things, but then there's a lot of plot holes where they do know certain things. Basically, if you think about it, like Clara, you know, she was supposed to die, so now she moved on. She's with Emmett, and they're traveling together, so she's not part of that timeline anyways anymore. Mm-hmm. So the biggest change was, well, they destroyed the train, they destroyed part of the tracks, so maybe the tracks were delayed. But who knows? You step on a moth, it can change everything. The butterfly effect, right? So
right, and now they can make their own fate. They can make their own future.
Yeah, so I think it's fun. Like just thinking basic, fun,
back to normal.
I like it.
Clean slate, nothing on that paper.
Happy feels all around. Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
I love Clara. You know, we saw her on Elf as the mom. That was fun. She's such a cute. Like she kind of had the same personality in this one as an elf. You know, like just so innocent.
That's right.
She plays a little airheadish, but she was really brilliant.
Really smart. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love that, you know, how she was just like so innocent that way, and more like theatrical and how she handled herself with her emotions and almost like she was on stage, you know. But and I just love the romance. Like it was so cheesy and so wonderful.
Good for Doc, though.
It was so great for Doc. He deserves someone, and he's a scientist and he's super smart. And even seeing like his lab in different decades, you know, like 55, 85, like it's always so detailed and cluttered and just cool looking, you know. But that's his whole life. His whole life is dedicated to science. So it's kind of cool to actually, you know, have a little bit of a different focus and something like that's better on his heart, you know, although that's really good in his heart too. But it's great for him to find love and someone who appreciates science and is smart enough to understand and want to be a part of
Respect
it.
what
You know?
he's doing, yes.
Oh my
And
God.
they had kids.
That's right.
And
Cool.
That's
exactly.
right.
How funny is that? Yeah, the
Yeah.
author. All comes together. Also with Jennifer, I'm glad that they brought her back in at the end. And we did see Back to the Future 1 and 2 before the boys, I believe,
Yes.
right? So now seeing Stillwell from the boys back in
Yes.
this, like going
Oh
back
my
and
God,
forth,
yes.
it took me a moment because I totally forgot that was her again. I'm like, oh, that's right, until you said it. And I was like, oh, yeah,
My
that
gosh,
is her.
it is her,
And
yeah.
she is a beautiful person, you know,
Yeah.
but she does look so different now. That, and
does.
I think it's because I'm like relating that character with this character
That's right,
that I'm
yeah.
kind of like, they're very different.
Yes, they are.
And I really love her
She
in this
really
role.
hasn't
And that
aged
role
much.
she was good too,
Yeah.
but
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
She aged really well,
Yeah.
you know, but
Oh my God.
I don't know, I just see her still I get scared. The voice is good, but that show really scared me. Yeah, it's good. But this was so great. I'm so happy we watched
glad
this.
we
Thanks,
saw it.
guys,
That was
for
very
requesting this all the
Lot of
time.
fun.
And
Yeah,
it's never
good.
won, but I'm happy that we just
Yes,
pushed
very
it to
good.
watch it. Yeah, very great.
Yes.
Good feels all around. We
It
need
was.
movies like this
It
now
was
and
very
again.
good.
We really do.
It was great.
So we finished another trilogy.
Oh, yes.
We have many more to finish, but we'll get there eventually.
That's right.
We always end up starting
Check
another
another
one because
one
we always
off.
get so many requests, like
Yeah.
depending on what comes out in theaters or what's just really popular at that time. And so we'll end up starting a new trilogy and never finish a third of something else,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
But we'll eventually get there, I'm sure. There's always things to watch, guys, all the
Always.
time.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.